So what would be the alternative? Kamala?
Yeah.
You think Kamala would have done a good job? Why? Because she wouldn't deport people? And that's the only thing you stand on? In the entire country, in the way this country's going, deportations are the only thing you should judge a president on? You're crazy. You're so small-minded. We have foreign policy.
The Mexican Americans, they might make it a priority.
Yes.
Right?
But if that's the hill you're going to die on, you should step away from politics.
Because?
We have foreign policy. We have trades. We have people charging us tariffs that we're not paying tariffs. You know what the tariff was from China, Japan, here to us so they can import their goods to us? 15%. Did you know if you try to import one on American corn to China, it's 110, 150%? Before the tariff war, they were taking advantage of us. And dog, I can go all day.
You could go all day. The truth of the matter is, I think it sounds like you're just upset at Kamala. It sounds like you didn't want her. You started the video off with saying you think Kamala would be the better choice. It sounds like you have a problem with her. But let's go a little bit deeper into what I think you're saying. I think what I hear you saying is that you believe that people should not vote one issue. When we're talking about Donald Trump, there's a lot of hatred for the man, rightfully so or wrongfully so. There's a lot of disdain for the man, and he has some issues getting some of his policies through. However, what you're saying is that for whatever reason, whatever you think it is that we're going through now, you think that he is still a better option than Kamala. You haven't put any policies on the table to address that. You haven't said policy for policy, this is what Trump would do versus this is what Kamala would do, nor are you addressing what's going on currently. But I do got to agree with him that we shouldn't be one-trick ponies when it comes to politics, nor should we have blind allegiances. I used to always hear that there's a very thin line between loyalty and stupidity. And when you are just blindly loyal to somebody, I mean, that's if you're blindly loyal to the Democratic or the Republican Party and they're not meeting your needs or they're not getting done the things in society that you feel like are important, whether it's lowering crime or lowering grocery prices, getting inflation under control, whatever issues that there's out there that's important to you. I mean, all that kind of is really important. Anyway, I really don't got a problem with what he's saying as much as why he's saying it the way he's saying it. I really do feel like he's taking shots at Kamala for no apparent reason, and honestly, I don't think that she would have been a bad president. But let's see what else he has to say.
People grab a president and hang him on one theme. Dog, there's the economy, there's a stock market, there's foreign policy, there's wars, there's so many things. Homeland security, there's so many things that you have to judge a president on. So if you think, like when people in the comments, that's what you voted for, okay, you think Kamala would have been a better choice?
What do you disagree with Kamala the most on?
There's nothing I agree with her on.
Absolutely nothing.
Or Biden.
The second you stop and you say that there is absolutely nothing that I agree with a person on, you lose all credibility with me. There's absolutely nothing that you can agree with me on. It's enjoyable to sit outside on a nice sunny day. We can't agree on that. We can't agree that a nice cold one is really great after a hard day's work. We can't agree that we would want somebody to love us unconditionally. There's absolutely nothing that you can agree with this person on. I'm not going to lie. That tells me pretty much everything I need to know about this person. Seems like he's a sycophant. He's solidly locked in the Donald Trump camp. He's Team Trump all day. And that's fine. I personally don't have a problem with Trump. Trump's done a lot of good things. He's done a lot of bad things. But this guy, as far as I'm concerned, he's lost all credibility with me by not even he's not even taking the other opponent serious. One, he's kind of just discounting her as a person At least that's the way I feel. But when you stop and say there is absolutely nothing that I agree with these people, now he's not talking about Kamala, but he made it in general to the whole Democratic Party. I mean, geez, they do a lot of messing up, but there's got to be one thing. So that kind of messes me up. Let's go ahead and finish this video out and see what else he has to say.
Nothing. No, dog. There's nothing.
There got to be something.
Nothing.
Something.
Like there's not. I can't tell you one thing because there's not. It's non-existent.
We want our kids to grow up and be better than us.
It's that simple.
Oh,
So I see. That's when you leave the emotions out of it and you have an objective reality. So you're telling me if we all backtrack to November of 2024, Kamala would be the best choice just because your Theo might get deported?
Kamala hatred.
Like if that's the only issue in America, come on, dog.
I think they might, right? I'm speaking for the viewers, right? It's a direct effect on their life, right? Like if their mom or Theo or whatever, right?
I understand. I have illegal family members. I get it. But so let me get this straight. They can up everything as long as they don't deport your uncle. So then if they don't deport your uncle, what country are we gonna have?
Okay, so that's a false narrative right there. And I'm gonna tell you why. One, Obama, up to this point anyway, has deported more people than Trump did, and he did it in a way where he wasn't brutalizing communities or violating the Constitution. The second part that I would have to say, just to say, you know, hey, if we don't do this right now, what country are we gonna have? The whole doomsday prophecy thing, that it's just gonna ruin society. There's just no way that we're ever gonna. Come on, man. People are tired of hearing that bullcrap. And it's still going back to, you know, what he started with the Kamala thing. He has an issue. He has an issue with her for whatever reason. He didn't want to see her in there, and I get that. Different people feel different ways. If she wasn't the man for the job, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. But I feel like, yeah, that's real easy for you to say that shouldn't be the only issue, immigration, and how Trump is treating current undocumented illegals, whatever it is you want to call them. Yeah, if he's saying it, you know, that's not a big deal or that's not a big issue, I would have to disagree. And I don't know, hop in the comments and let me know, would you be okay if ICE has snatched your mom out of a car and slammed her on the ground, cuffed her up and sent her to destinations unknown? I mean, take a look at your mom and think about that and decide if you would really be okay with that. I do think ICE has a job to do, but I think they could do it a little bit more effectively. So the either or equation that he's trying to make is a false narrative. Like I said, Obama actually deported more, and he did it with less fanfare. If y'all don't remember, they actually called him the deporter in chief, and he did it without all the other drama that's going on pertaining to Trump. So let's go ahead and continue this video and see what else he got to say.
What are we gonna have? We're not gonna have a country because you're gonna destroy it with the foreign policies, the foreign aid, with all going on with the wars, with the tariffs. We're being eaten alive, dog.
He mentioned tariffs. They're going to destroy it. Everything's going to get destroyed. It's going to be gone. We're not going to have anything. Everything's over. Republican talking points. That's all I hear. He spent all day watching Fox News to come back and say this.
Did you know this year alone, we already received $46 billion in tariffs that we were not getting before? Hence why no tax on the tips. Hence why no tax on overtime. People don't see that though. Because all you see is, my Theo's going to get deported. That's not the only hill to die on. We're a whole country.
So yeah, he's right. We are a whole damn country. And guess what? You shouldn't make that your only issue. The truth is, you got to ask yourself, is that even your issue? You know, I look around, I don't see a lot of undocumented around me personally, and I live in a predominantly Hispanic town. Do I see them? Sure. Is that the fight that that's just not my personal issue. I get why it's other people's issues. I also get where it can make America better, and I'm all for that. I'm not knocking it. And I do think the one thing in saying, hey, Trump did a good job, say what you want to say, he closed down that border. It wasn't my issue, but I'm happy he was successful at it. Why is nobody else happy that he was successful at it? Just give the man his flowers. Even he's being rough with the immigrants. He's being rough with the undocumented, right? And he's going a little bit further. He initially said that it was supposed to be just the worst of the worst. Well, he's going after all of them. But if you're illegal, you broke the law. If you broke the law, you broke the law, right? When I got into my tiff with the law, I had to deal with the consequences of it. We all have to deal with the consequences of our actions. Or am I wrong? If I am, hop in the comments and we could bang it out there. As always, like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.